We are at the oldest continually operating stadium in the NFL as you get a look inside Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go. Mike, what I need? Hey, flipper. Jack. Kill. Hatchet. Under 10. 10. Ringo.
Here's Dalvin Cook, third year back from Florida State. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it's third down. And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13.
Kill.
They go play action. Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Packers will have a short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Right now, you got 58. We 19. Come on, D.
Check 31.
We are going.
Joker. Switch.
Zoom.
Switch. Check 37.
They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And some room to work. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys
and he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Cousins now. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Quick dash. Hey, flipper.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
I remember the first time I saw Dalvin Cook play in college. I was watching him on TV, called a scouting friend of mine and said, "Who is this guy? He's special." And he said, "Dude, you're watching a home run hitter on the field."
Yeah, he was special in Tallahassee. Left Florida State their all-time leader in rushing yards and touchdowns. They'll run on first down. Cook. Tyler Lancaster on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Hey, flipper. Watch the pass. Here we go.
Now a give running right, it's Cook. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
Oh, yeah.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Jahan, 42. Bingo. Check it out, Reed.
On third down, Cousins. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
Give the tackle there to Daniil Hunter. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
Throwing is Rodgers. He gets this to Devontae Adams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards, good for a Packer first down.
Blue 58. Mike 5-4. Come on. Showing it. Switch.
On the delay, Jones. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9.
Gotta do better. Come on.
There they try to sweep to Jones. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Blue 58. I got him. Hey, watch that.
Callie, don't left Callie.
Mike 54. Switch. Check. Check 9.
Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And Adams has it complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41.
Hey, check 26.
SOS, SOS.
Box it, box it, box it, box it.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
You ain't doing nothing today. Shift. X3. 218, chopper. Check 25. 49. Check 49. Check 49.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 33.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Check.
Hey, Lex.
Check 3. Check Nick.
Okay, over here.
Check 3. No. Off.
Blue 58 to none.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
You better bring it. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring it. Slam.
Back north.
Hey, watch that.
We didn't get up.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Jones has it. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19.
Blue 58.
Check. Watch 54. All day, baby.
Hey, check 26. Now, this.
Watch that. Shift. Hey, alert 3.
Right left.
Switch gears. Check. Lucky.
Plant. We didn't get
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
That's where you belong.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
54, right there. 54, Mike. Watch the run. Mike's 54.
We didn't get it.
To throw is Rodgers. And he slings one that's incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here.
Box it.
Switch. 54 is Mike.
Hey, Mike. Back north. Right left. Plant.
I'm coming after you.
All right. Right now. You got 58.
Tight dog.
Blue 58.
To throw, it's Rodgers.
6 guys.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Antonio Brown. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that?
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Right there, 54 Mike.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And this one's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Here I come.
61, matchbox lights. Go to 50. Hey, you block over here.
Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is 3rd down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of...
And Coachman, he'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston.
Pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a 2nd one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Cousins. And that is incomplete. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now.
And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And some room to maneuver. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
Go ahead.
On second down, it's Cook, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
You must be dreaming. Strong right, strong right, strong right.
3 down.
3 down. Look out for number 30.
Leave it, 48.
Hey, Mike.
Here's Cousins.
Watch the run.
Open man is Thielen. It's complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that'll make our score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken about the 12. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get into field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you've called multiple plays because you're going to say, this is how we're going to run them in order, guys. You don't have time for audibles. You don't have time to change anything. You're trying to get the ball in position to at least get 3. They've got a great shot to do it right here.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me.
Hey, Delta.
Now Rodgers to throw again. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll make it 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now it's Rodgers. Looking deep for Adams. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession, and that was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Your trip is here.
Green 18.
54. Let's go.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. It's complete to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Keep playing hard, fellas, all day. Woo! Let's get it.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
54, watch 54. Danny. Kill.
Check 30. Right. Check. Easy. 13.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Shift. Watch the shift.
So that'll back him up 5. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Bring it. Right there. 54. Right there. 54.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down.
Don't let Kelly.
Check 50.
Plant.
He's mine.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And that's complete to Lewis. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10.
Check the backer. You go
over here.
You got tight right there. Watch the shift.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check. Kill. Hatch it.
Now Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Yeah, baby.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12.
Watch the curls. Staying open.
Rodgers now to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. Past the 10 to the 11-yard line, and that's where the return stops. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week on our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. They run again on first down. Cook. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36. Check hot route. Hot. Watch out.
Hey, flipper.
On the carry, it's Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. Kirk Cousins last year started all 16 games, but only led the Vikes to just one fourth-quarter comeback like he's trying to do here. Lets it fly for Thielen, and that one falls incomplete. A 50-50 ball, a little dangerous, could have been picked. Now it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing is Cousins. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. It's taken to the 26. Shedding the tackle. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
18. To the 50.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
Wide left. Teammate. Back north.
Check.
Wide left.
Kill. Bang, 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 bang.
399.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
Check 52. Check.
Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Go right.
Check 49, check 49.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. The 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Let's go.
Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Right now. You got 58. Shift.
Slam.
399.
On 1st down, Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Watch that.
Shift. Boxing.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point try now for Crosby. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field in this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Preston Smith able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Let's put that team on the buck.
3rd and long for Cousins. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
What's left?
To throw, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play. And facing a 2nd and long. Cousins to throw it.
Okay, just like that.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Darnell Savage, the rookie from Maryland. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. 54. 54 Mike.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go now. Hey, Haywood. 50, plant.
Bandit.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike, 52.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a 1st down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down.
Defense wins championships, baby. Switch.
They'll run on 1st down. Jones. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the 1st. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at him.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So it's all over. A Green Bay victory, and they were really helped by their defense forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away, taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for the Packers, it's a win here in their home opener as they move to 2-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.